Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to be writing code in order to display movie ratings. This is going to involve installing the Font Awesome package, followed by updating the rating component and its template, and then finally applying the rating component. When we are done, we'll be able to display star ratings just like these next to the movie name. So we want to add Font Awesome in order to be able to display the rating. The Font Awesome package provides access to a large collection of icons that could easily be integrated into web application. We're going to be installing it using npm. And what we want to do is navigate to our client app directory, and we're going to enter in our command line npm install -- save font-awesome space angular2 font awesome. That's going to start the installation process. And once it's done, I noticed it mentioned a few vulnerabilities, but it says that we can run npm audit fix, so I'm going to do that. After that's complete, what I want to do is update our angular CLI.json file and point to our Font Awesome CSS. And we want to go to the section where we are updating our styles. And that's right over here on line 22. I will add a comma and paste in the path to Font Awesome. If you were to navigate into your node modules, you'll see that Font Awesome was installed there, which is why I'm pointing to that path. So now we need to update our rating component and template to use it. Now the way our component is going to work is that it's going to display 5 stars, which will be shown in solid color or outline to indicate the overall rating. The component needs to provide its template with a sequence of 5 values that indicate whether a star should be solid or outline. So to do this work, let's go to our ratings component file. And on our first import line alongside of component, we want to add an input. And in our ratings component, I will paste in this block of code, which is essentially doing the work to average out to determine how to display the stars. Now you see I imported input. The component needs to know which movie object it is responsible for, and for that I decided to use the Angular input property. Input properties are decorated with the @input decorator, as you see on line 8. In general, input properties allow components to receive data from the template to which they are applied. Now below there is the stars function, which uses the movie object to generate an array of Boolean values that can be used with the ngFor directive. If a movie has an average of 3 stars, for example, then the stars property will return an array containing the values true, 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 false, false. Next, we want to go to ratings.component.html. And here we're going to replace this with this HTML content. So what's going on here? The I element is how Font Awesome icons are applied with the classes to which the element is assigned, determining which icon is shown. Also on line 2, the ngFor directive creates an I element for each of the 5 entries in the array returned by the stars property. To configure the I element, the listing uses 2 data bindings, which are the attributes whose names are in square brackets. And the class data binding evaluates an expression and uses the result to set the classes to which an element is a member. Now the last step required to display the movie rating is to add the store ratings element. And we need to do that in our movielist.component. And what we're going to do is on line 6, right after our movie name property, we add the store ratings element. And that should be it. Let's go ahead and run. Hopefully everything works as expected. All right, we got an error here. That's because we need to be at the root of the DVD movie folder, not our client app. Boom, we've got stars and it looks good. I'll navigate to the other pages and the stars are showing. Some of them are filled, some of them are empty for 0 ratings, and that all makes sense. Coming up in our next section, completing the work needed to be done in our Angular DVD Movie Store user interface.